Hello crafty friends, I have a project share that I'm going to show you today how to embellish these adorable little charms, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing with these for another really cute idea at the end of the video. So first the little charm comes like this, and it has a photo here picture on the inside. I do like to keep that piece because I like to reinforce it with a piece of cardstock that is heavy that I cut out like I did here. I just traced it and I cut it out and glued it to the top, because then when I add my fabric, because I am going to add fabric to this because I want it to look like a canvas. So when I add that fabric to it, it's stable. It doesn't roll up on itself. So first I just cut to size a little piece of cardstock, and then I use my bone folder and make sure everything is flat, no lumps or anything in it. And then you could pick your fabric of choice. So I am choosing the white. I was going to choose this one, but I like the way the white looked better. So what I do for the white, I don't trace it on here. What I do is it's important to use some scissors that cut fabric well, so that way you have a more precise cut, because you don't want to have any paper spots showing through. You want it to be completely covered in the fabric. So I'm just gonna cut. These are pretty sharp little scissors. They're not my usual fabric scissors, but they are the ones that I use in my craft room for fabric, because I like to keep my good fabric scissors next to my bedside, because I do like to sew in bed at night while I watch cozy movies on the weekends and things. So I do that like that, and don't worry, I am going to trim it to make it more even around the edges. And what I do, I don't like to use, I usually use this one. This is what I use to glue on the cardstock because it has a more precision tip. Or for this one, I'm going to use the Allen's because I feel like it sticks really well. And can somebody tell me who knows how long this glue has been around? Because I really want to know. Because I remember my grandmother, my mom, all using this glue. So then what I do is I add the little piece onto here like that. And again, I make sure that it's really flat. And then once I have it on like that, I just turn it over. As you can see, you see the little edges that need to be trimmed. So you can just go around and trim in a more precise manner. And then you have your pretty little square. So then you can take your square and put it into the frame. And don't worry, if it's a little oversized, just take it out and retrim it. So then what I'm going to use for it is I am going to use, I got these little jump rings from Michaels. Not Michaels, Hobby Lobby. And that is what I'm going to use to frame, to put in the middle here. So you can use anything you want. You can do these in any theme. I'm doing these in a garden party theme, so I'm trying to make them floral, with florals. So you just put that on there like that, right in the middle. And then since I'm using garden party theme, I have all these little pretty roses, and I'm just gonna pop on some glue right in the middle like that. And then I'm gonna grab one of these guys out of here and pop it on there. And there you have it. You have this precious little, it's not focusing, precious little charm. And to it, let me show you guys what I did. This one needs to dry, but I have other ones. So what I did for these is I wire wrapped these beads to hang from it. And what I did with them is I added them to matchboxes. I absolutely love giving my guests matchboxes when they come over. I have been doing this for over 10 years. When my boys were really little, people would come over at Christmas or Halloween, and I would always have little matchboxes that had the theme, because matches, I think, are always something that's really useful. So I think that they are so fun. I love to have them sitting out in different themes on my entryway table next to my candle. But this is what I did with mine, and I think it turned out super sweet. But that is all. That is the share that I had. And again, these are the Charm Me frames. They're only $1.79 for 6, which is a really great idea. And this is a really simple, fast project. But I hope that you're all having a good day. Bye-bye.